Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Raider Nation, stand up.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Welcome to another episode of Raiders Sunrise Live with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Every weekday morning, you know what it is. We get down with the get down, and we bring you our opinions, our ideas, and news. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, the world's most dangerous chat, as you can see by the thumbnail. Today, we will be discussing Mr. Bucky Irving, running back, University of Oregon Ducks, also known as the Quack Attack. You know, and yeah, we're gonna talk about him. We're talking about prospects that possibly could be drafted by the Raiders later. Not first round, not second, but you get around the third, fourth, fifth, you start looking at some prospects because we have other draft picks than the number 13 overall. You feel me? Or the number 44th in the second round. So we got more than that. We got other picks as well. So what would the Raiders want to address during the draft at those different points of the draft? So running back, a lot of people within the nation said that's one thing the Raiders need to address. So I'm bringing one guy who would fit what we want, which is we want running backs that are well-rounded, that can both run the ball and catch out the backfield. Bucky Irving is one of those guys. We want running backs that take care of the ball, that don't turn the ball over. Bucky Irving is one of those guys. And you can get him, you won't get him. You don't need to reach for him in the first round, second round. He might be there, possibly third, fourth, right around that area. Just like how we looked at Jordan Travis. Possibility you can get him around third or fourth, depending on how the draft falls to you. So today we will be addressing Mr. Bucky Irving, running back of the, now, you know, University of Ohio be like, the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Oregon Ducks. No, let me quit. You can't say the. Okay, my bad. The. No. All right, y'all. So we're gonna dive into it, man. We're gonna do a breakdown. We're gonna check out his combine, and but he has some very, very remarkable stats in college as far as some of his strengths that he has. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into it without further ado. But before we do that, we must go ahead and shout out the world's most dangerous chat. You know what it is. It's the Asylum. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Raider Asylum. That's the name of the chat now, y'all. The Raider Asylum. You gotta be in padded wall rooms if you want to deal with this channel. We're not like everybody else, okay? I'm gonna let you know here. We're not like everybody else. Period. Point blank. So let's get into the content, shall we? Shout out to the mod with the most, man. We got NorCal Raider Jesse in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Top of the morning. Robert Pena in the building, man. Salute to you. Tops of the AM. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Dirty Eric 1500. What the deal, man? Salute to you, my brother. Mike G in the building. Salute. Top of the morning to you. Yes, indeed. Alex S is in the house, man. What is the deal? Alfredo the boss with the sauce. What it do, man? Top of the morning. Thank you for being here. Let me see. We got let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. This thing stop tripping. Quit. Full quit. Who you talking to, Lunatik? I don't know. Eugene Powell writing the kisser. That's what you do when she talk back to you. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Now all the women be like, oh, he's a woman abuser. Just because I said when she, I didn't say a human she. You know what I mean? Might have been a dude who wants to be called she. Powell writing the kisser. They talk back to you. Shout out to everybody out there. Tom DeLeon is in the building, man. Salute to you. Top of the morning, my brother. Top. My two sisters in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Oh, here we go. We're going down further. Joseph in the building. Joseph Alamit Jr., man. What's the deal, man? Good morning. Yes, indeed. Raider Nation, good morning. Shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up this morning, hanging out with your boy one time. You feel me? The Raider Rundown, my guy, man. And I know you're getting excited for next week, bro. You feel me? I know you getting excited for next week, bro. Hey, for real. I would too. This is a big time for this franchise to go ahead and really have somebody that knows how to draft. Now, I'm not saying Ziegler was horrible. Ziegler has some, you know what I mean? He has some notables, you know what I mean? But we need more than notables. We need some dogs. And I know Telesco, he done seen a few dogs in his life. Not to insinuate he does things with dogs, but just he's seen some dogs. And I ain't talking about ugly women. I'm talking about he's seen some dogs in college football talent that the Raiders are going to snatch in this draft. And by golly, he's going to do it. Yes, indeed. Hey, salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being up in here, man, this morning. Man, top of the morning, for real. All right, let me see who else we got up in here, man. We got Raider Pete in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Tops, good to have you here. Greg Lira is in the building, man. Salute to you. Good morning to you as well, man. Good to have you here, man, for real. Who else we got in here? Snoops Hernandez in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Tops. Thank you for pulling up, man, for real. Jimothy, oh, that's the one. Hey, Jimothy High Stakes, man. Hey, that's kind of dope right there. I like that, bro. Jimothy High Stakes. Yeah, man, sound like something, you know, when you walk into the poker room, they like, oh shit, here come Jimothy. Hey, tuck your chain. Not Debo, Jimothy High Stakes. What you got on my poker game, punk? You feel me? Shout out to you, man. Tony Shepard, man. What's the deal, man? Salute. Top of the morning to you. It's good to have you here. Bearded Raider in the house. Salute to you, man. For real. Let me see who else we got up in the building. I should have went I can win R&B. Yep, ribs and barbecue. I could have went R&B. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. Let me see. Scroll. I gotta get to the end so we can get to this content. You feel me? Let me see. And I think we might be almost there. Greg Lira, Lunatic. I talked to some Raider haters. He said some Raider haters, such as Raven fans. I don't know how Ravens could even fix their mouths to even hate the Raiders. I mean, we're not rivals. I mean, we rival everybody in the league, but we have specific individual fan bases that we particularly do not like. Some of them wear Spurs. Some of them dig for gold. You know what I mean? Some of them think they're in rodeos. Others, they think they run the prairie. And others think that they don't have to pay the electric bill. They just get it naturally. You know what I mean? Through the little strips of light that comes from the clouds every now and then that strikes the earth. You know me. You know who I'm referring to. All them sucker ass fan bases we generally have a disdain for. You know what I mean? But what was they saying to you, brother? Probably a lot of Raiders going to be surprising AP in his spot of this year. Oh, okay. Raiders fan trust exactly. I believe in that though. But I was getting ready to read into it and think that they said something, but you do have some fans that know football, period. Regardless of who their fandom is for, they know the sport. They know exactly what the process is to become a better franchise. And I believe in AP as well. I believe in AP as well. You feel me? He knows what he's doing. Like I said, a former player, got good people in his ear. Like yesterday, if you guys have not seen the press conference the Raiders held, they talked to some of the Raiders, you know what I mean, with the that came in yesterday for the voluntary training. But there was also a snippet that Raiders did themselves of AP talking, and AP knows. He said the reason why he has Marvin Lewis, Joe Philbin in his ear is so he can get better. And that's what he stressed to everybody that was in that locker room about getting better. It's all about getting better. Even Max Crosby came out and that's what he said AP told him. He said he expects more of him. To be a great player, you must elevate those around you. That's why he was given the task of helping with and help bring along and develop a healthy Tyree Wilson. So it's very important that we heard Max Crosby talk about being legendary. Well, this is what legends do. They make those around him better as well. You know what I mean? So I love that aspect of everything. Let me see. Who else we got in? We almost to the finish. Joe L.E. in the building. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Let me see. Wild Turkey, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. Top of the morning, man. Good to have you here. I think we're almost. Oh shit, no, we're not. We getting there though. Oh my goodness. Let me see. My G Alfredo in the building. Wild Turkey. Tony in the building. All right, I think that's it. All right. So today, like I said, before I get started, salute to the nation. Like I said, without you, there's no me, and without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation. That's the Mickey Ficky Raider Nation. Salute to y'all, man, making this channel crack the way it's cracking. Well, I'm so proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of being part of this silver and black. Come on, baby, let's go. Salute to y'all, though. Y'all deserve it. Y'all the real MVP. Salute. Now, after my nipples stop getting hard, we're going to talk about these Raiders and Bucky Irving and what he could bring to the silver and black if drafted by us next week. You feel me? So without further ado, we're going to get into the breakdown of Bucky Irving, pros and cons, outlook on him as far as being a prospect for the NFL draft. So without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around, because I'm a new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I'll drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf, So let's just introduce myself. Not myself. Let's introduce himself. Bucky Irvin.
Welcome to the Raiders Allegiance Prospect Breakdown. Please subscribe and smash that like button. Irving attended Hillcrest High School in Country Club Hills, Illinois. He did not play football during his senior year in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He finished his high school career with 3,164 rushing yards. Irving committed to the University of Minnesota to play college football. As a true freshman at Minnesota in 2021, Irving rushed 133 times for 699 yards and 4 touchdowns. After the season, he transferred to the University of Oregon. In his first year at Oregon in 2022, he split time with Noah Whittington. Compact and willful, Irving is deeply committed to each run his play caller trusts him with. He punches above his weight class with excellent contact balance and leg drive to fight through tackles and squeeze every yard out of the run. However, Irving showed a concerning lack of explosiveness at the NFL scouting combine. He is frequently in a rush and would rather run through a wall than around it, but he does have the agility to make tacklers miss with wide lateral cuts when he runs with better patience.
That's the first half of it. So fair use for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thank you, YouTube. I really appreciate it. If you really listen to what I'm saying, fair use. All right. So that's Bucky Irvin, first part of the whole breakdown. Like they said, one of the weaknesses is he rather run through a wall than run around it. I'm not mad at that. Because Josh Jacobs did the same thing, but you can be elusive. See, that's the one thing that might seem as a contradiction where they say he'd rather run through a brick wall than around it, but yet we didn't seen him, and they mentioned his strengths being elusive, side cuts and spins, you know what I mean? All that. So if he can do all that, he doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to just try to go run through but hey, Marshawn Lynch, what he said, if you run through the face of somebody over and over and over and over and over again, it's going to get to the point where they're not going to be in your way to keep doing it. So, hey, run their ass over. You know what I mean? Now, if you got an opportunity to put a little on it and get around them and get more yardage, that better benefits the team. You know what I mean? So, I like what he brings to the table, but I'm going to show you what the next half of this breakdown. There's one particular stat in there that's just eye-popping to me. So without me keep running my damn mouth, let's go ahead and continue with part 2 of the breakdown of Bucky Irvin. Let's get it.
Irving isn't ready for NFL protection duties and is a little tight as a route runner, but he catches the ball cleanly. Irving is missing ideal size and explosiveness, which could land him somewhere in the middle rounds of the draft as an average backup. Strengths: built low to the ground with bendy lowers and a powerful base. Decisive downhill charges create a head of steam for what is to come. Possesses elusive features, including spin move and lateral jump cut. Good run-through power to break tackles and extend the carry. Only one fumble over 486 carries during his career. Average hands but makes an impression on the stat sheet as a pass catcher. Weaknesses: doesn't have the ideal size to take on the heavy collisions he sees each game. Gets into too much of a hurry and rushes ahead of blocking development. Feet flies outside his frame during a change of direction, limiting cut fluidity. Below average press and finesse getting into his run lane choice. Needs to improve his protection technique to deal with NFL blitzes. Thank you for watching. On your way out, please subscribe, like, and knock the hell out of that notification bell. Go Raiders!
All right. So did you guys in the chat, let me see, did y'all catch that one notable stat that's eye-popping, bro? I mean, I'm gonna wait a minute and see if y'all pop up and say yes. Did y'all hear and tell me what it was? What was the one thing you heard that was very impressive about this young man and what he brings to the table at running back? Bam. Shout out Joel E. Did you hear that stat that was said about him? With shout out to Freight Train, man. Salute to you, my brother. Top of the morning. On 6 in the building. Salute to you. But man, did you hear that? Out of 482 carries in his college career, he only fumbled once. Let me just say that again. Out of 482 carries of his college career, he only fumbled once. That's crazy. Because we not to knock Josh Jacobs, but I think Josh Jacobs had about 3 last year. Just last year. I know Zamir had like about 2. This guy only had 1 in his whole college career. 1. And that's what you want. You don't want to turn over the ball. That can shoot you in the foot. You could be having a long drive that's serving purpose for more than one reason. 1, you're keeping the other team's offense on the sideline watching, and 2, you're eating the clock. And then the worst thing that you can figure and think that could happen on a drive like that is you turn the ball over and get no points out of it, with the possibility of allowing the other team to get the ball and score. This kid takes care of the ball. Now they say he's built low to the ground, compact, all that good stuff. But even being at his frame, which I think he's about 5'8", 200 and hold on, let me get his stats. As far as I want to get the right measurements and weight. We're going to check out his combine tape in a minute too. He's 21 years of age. And where the fuck is Bucky Irving is 5'10", 195 pounds. Now for a guy to be built like that, to be 5'10", which I think the combine had him listed at 5'9" and so many ifs of an inch. You know what I mean? But for him to take the punishment, because you figure he's running through a line of 300-pound linemen. Then you got to get through linebackers that's about 230, 240 before you even see daylight and get to the safeties and corners. And this kid only fumbled the ball once. I'll take that all day. Bruh. You know what I mean? Because I tell you, there'll be times where turnovers really kill you, man. It kills your momentum. It kills the possibility of scoring. It kills a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It forces you to put your defense back on the field and have them out there longer than need be. Because with the kind of defense we have, I know we're going to build depth. I think there might be another edge rusher in our future too in this draft, which I might discuss that because next week is going to be here. You know what I mean? But yeah, Bucky Irving, man, that's somebody that the Raiders might want to look into as far as adding running backs. But there's other running backs out there. But they're more suited to being taken sooner than what we're looking at with a Bucky Irving. Because first things first, we got to go by our draft board. We might have linemen, we might have corners, we might have and linemen mean even defensive linemen. There might be somebody that you can't afford to pass up. That's better than what you have. You know what I mean? That might be a nice combination with a Wilkins, at DT. There might be a defensive end out there that's just ridiculous. Even Max Crosby talked about a couple of guys that's out there defensive end wise that just, he said, I know our dogs. You could just, regardless of how high he can jump and how fast he can run, he's a dog. He talked about the young man out of UCLA. He also talked about what's the one dude that put up the crazy stats, but if you watch this game film, he just goes nuts. So there's those kind of guys out there that you do not even want to attempt to pass by in the draft. So with that being said, man, yes, Bucky Irving. Let's take a look at his combine performance to get an idea of exactly full-fledged what he offers. Like I said, he's not going to be anything that's going to be his 40 time and his hands. I rather pay attention to his hands because I know we're going to be using our backs coming out the backfield in the passing game. We've seen Zamir do it. Abdullah is another one. Josh Jacobs did it. You know what I mean? That's something that we incorporate into this offense, and I heard that is going to continue. So with it being running back by committee, I expect every one of these young guys to go ahead and be able to bring that next dimension to their game, not just being able to run and run through the tackles, but able to come out the backfield and catch as well. So let's take a look at Bucky Irvin at the combine this past combine in Indianapolis, man. Let's see how this young man got down with the get down. And that was Bucky Irvin, man, right there, man. We see him out of the University of Oregon. Maybe he's somebody we could target later in this draft if we're looking at running back, if the targets that we might have reached out and grabbed are gone. You know what I mean? There's a few guys out there. Shout out to Gravy, man. Shout out Gravy. Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. Make sure I got more people came in here, man. For real, for real. Protect the shield. What's the deal, man? Blake Corum is another one, but I'm pretty sure we would not be the only ones who won him. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to go a little bit more into the draft, and just in case Corum and them is gone. What's the other dude out of Texas? Dude out of Wisconsin. There's some backs out there that I really like. If the Raiders got them, because we know for a fact that we're pretty much just adding another body to the committee. If we're doing running back by committee, you don't really need a bell cow type running back, but you don't let that be an issue as far as like, well, we don't need nobody to carry 30, but shit, that means he's going to be able to do good within 15 or 10, whatever it is that you allot each of these guys in the committee as far as that's going to be out there on the field. We also forgetting about Britton Brown. We're also forgetting about Sincere McCormick. Does these guys make the team? I don't know. Put them in the camp and let's find out. Let them compete. That's why I said we got to let the competition got to be able to tell us who deserves to be on this team. So, but to add like Blake Corum coming out of Michigan, there's some guys out there, bro. There's some guys out there for real. And I would not be mad if any one of these guys end up donning the silver and black, because they can add to the running back room and give us another dimension to the run game, where what if something happens to Zamir White and he gets hurt? You know what I mean? What happened if we just running them and he's gassed on a drive that we're being successful on? Bring the next guy in that can still carry that, you know what I mean? Come in here and carry that load. You know what I mean? So I can't wait. I'm telling you, I know we're gonna grab one. It's just inevitable. You're gonna grab a running back. Who? That's the key. Where's the running back that we're gonna be able to grab? Because what if, like I was going to say, our draft board is set up where we have a tackle or something over a running back. There's going to be a part of the draft where we get to where the running back now is up high on our draft board. You know what I mean? But who's there when it's time for us to grab the best available of need? And that need right now, running back, is like, okay, right now, Blake Corum is right here on our board. Is he available? You know what I mean? Bucky Irving is on our board. Is he available? That's the whole key right there. We hope a lot of these teams don't sniff in the direction that we are. You know what I mean? So we can get what we want. And damn it, we're gonna be solid. Yeah, 4, 5, 6 though. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. What you think? What you think Josh Jacobs ran? That's why I said game speed, just running a 40 by yourself, bro. That's yeah, you know what I mean? But what about when somebody's trying to tackle you? You know, I always use the analogy. Remember being young and you running down the street and somebody's dog got loose and started chasing you. I bet you that's the fastest you ever ran. You know what I mean? I bet you it's the fastest you ever ran when a dog is on your ass. But if you just running down the street regular, you're not putting no, you just running. 40 times, yeah, these guys want to put nice 40 times, but don't you think at the same time, people who run the 40 are thinking, don't pull a hamstring. If I pull a hamstring, money gone. Don't tear no ACL. Don't hurt my knee. How many, I done seen guys pull up lame in the 40-yard dash, and it's just a 40. No rhyme or reason. People just want to see how fast you are. Your 40 time ain't gonna never be the same. You're gonna either come out the gate on time, you're gonna come out the gate late, you're not gonna keep a straight path, you're gonna kind of waver on the track. There's a lot of things that's gonna cause you to lose and we're not just saying seconds, we're talking about hundredth of a second, 0.00. We're looking at 0.5. How much faster do you think a 0.5 is compared to a 0.4? Let me ask you that. I bet you it's faster than a blink. But you know what I mean? The only thing that the 40 time can really show you that can be a difference is as you continue to keep running. If you run 40 yards, bro, your 40-yard time, somebody running a 4.4 and a 4.5, how much difference do you think a 4.4 and a 4.5 is in 40 yards? Shit. Even 100 yards, you're not going to keep that stamina up for 100 yards. You need blockers. Unless you just break away and they ain't going to try to run after you. But yeah, it's not really, we're splitting hairs when we're talking about 0.5 and 0.4. You know what I mean? Now, if you talk about 5 even, then hey, bro, are you a 240-pound fullback? But even then, you know what I mean? Some people just ain't built for speed. You're not gonna see Aiden O'Connell run a 4.56. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see it. I don't care if he's working with Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson. People like, who is that? Oh, those are old school track and field young guy, or not young no more. Track and field guys back in the Olympics back in the day that broke records on track and field. Or Usain Bolt. You're not gonna see that shit happen. But yeah, I'd rather have in a running back sure-handedness, don't fumble, and durable, because that 4.56, what's that mean to a defense in the fourth quarter that's been out there all day trying to stop this dude? What are they gonna look at him and be like, thank God he runs a 4.56 in the fourth quarter because we're gassed? You think they say that? You know what I mean? That's why I said we gotta. Sometimes we put a little too much. We put 10 on 2 sometimes, as we say. We do a little too much. Let me see who else we came in. Raider Pete in the building. All right, we got everybody up in here, man. Trey Benson, say that shit, Gravy. Gravy. Who's your top 3 running backs in this draft? Let me know, Gravy. Let me know what you think about these running back. You know what? Since we're talking running backs, Gravy, are you at work right now? Are you able to pull up? Are you able to pull up? Because I would love to hear your opinion on these running backs since we are talking running backs today. Hey, tracking. Oh, see, I ran track for a minute. I ran track for a minute. I ran track for my church one time, man. I wasn't really into track. Now my pops, that's a different story. You talk about doing the long jump, breaking records in Kansas, had scholarships to Kansas and Kansas State, then chose to he went to San Francisco, went to San Francisco City College, didn't do track there, but then as a youngster, Oregon wanted him to come try out and try to earn a scholarship as a walk-on. But one of my my aunt's, her boyfriend at the time, took my dad to the pool hall instead and sat there all day gambling on pool. And my dad missed the time for him to go to Oregon to go ahead and try out for the track team. Boy, I got a lot of stories, man. Man, my pops though, hey, he used to give me these clippings back when he did track, man. But long jump, that was his shit. That was his shit. But yeah, track and field. You know about Ben Johnson and Carl Lewis, Flojo. You know what I mean? Florence Joyner Kersey. Then we had what was the other Kersey girl that was married? She was the sister of Flojo's husband. I remember her husband was Flojo's trainer. And then you had, look, we talking track and field, but that's all incorporated. A lot of track guys are in NFL, man, for their speed. For real, for real. Oh, let me see. Gravy. You busy, Gravy? Are you busy, Gravy? Oh, Gail Devers? Are you serious? Oh, that's what's up, man, for real. Hey, matter of fact, speaking of Olympics, man, we only a couple of months away. July, boy, goes down. Track and field. Right now, I'm seeing that the NBA is putting together their I ain't gonna call them the dream team. I ain't gonna call them that because they ain't never gonna be another team like the dream team, bro. Just the guys on it. My God. Yeah, we in the Olympics. We getting close to the Olympics, man. In 4 years, hey, here it go. In 4 years, y'all, 2028, the Olympics is in LA. We get it back on the home soil. You feel me? We get the Olympics in Los Angeles, California, 2028, man. Let's go. Let's go, man. Hey, Olympics is always dope, man. Boxing, basketball, whatever it is, track and field, swimming, all that shit. Can't wait to see the get down. Shout out to my cousin Anthony Amato, who was in the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, South Korea, in Greco-Roman wrestling. Yes, indeed, man. That's what our family's family was known for. Man, my uncle used to try to get all of us, all the cousins and stuff, into wrestling to get us up out the streets. That was our way of getting out. You know how some people use boxing and football and basketball to keep you occupied. And like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. That was my uncle, man. Rest in peace too to my uncle, Uncle Tony, man, that passed a few years back, man. That was one guy that really gave a damn about all of us in the family, man, and try to give us an avenue to get out these streets, man, for real. And his son, his eldest son, made it to the Olympics doing that thing. Shout out to him. Let me see. Gravy must be at Gravy is at a protest. No, I'm just joking. Oh yeah, the Jamaican bro, don't even tell me, boy. You talking about, hey, I didn't know you were allowed to run track with cake. I didn't know you were allowed to bring cake on the track. I'm just saying. I didn't know you can bring cake out there and run and shit with all that cake. You feel me? And it's not just them, bro. Man, I ain't even gonna. Oh, let's not start with volleyball. Man, you volleyball ladies is superb, stupendous. Anything else with a Sue in front of it. You feel me? Man. Yeah, them track girls be stacked, boy. Oh my God. Like my cousin used to say, look at the shit on that critter. Like what? He said, look at the shit on that critter. Yeah, oh my God. I can't wait till the Olympics now, boy. Man. Cause I'm telling you, hey, they build nice. They don't, man. Let's go. Hey, 2024 Olympics, man. Salute to y'all. Can't wait till July get here. For real, for real. And I can't wait in 4 years so I could be a dirty old man at the Olympics in 2028 in LA. For real, for real. Yeah, Alfredo. You already know about them peaches, boy. Tony Tone. Birthday cake. You ain't lying. Hey, yes. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, all whatever your cake. Let's go. Just as long as it's cake. You feel me? Just want to grab your hand and you know what I mean? Like you just got married. You feel me? We're not crossing arms and just give me the cake. Happy birthday. You feel me? Like a straight barbarian. Oh man. Double cheeked up on a Tuesday. For real. Not one, but two cheeks. Yes, indeed, for the price of one. Man, hey, shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back. We already know that, bruh. Because I tell you, the Olympics is a wonderful sporting event to the enthusiasts of sports. Wink. And for dirty old men like me. Yep. Fuck that. They be out there doing they thizzle. I am not mad at them at all. Go out there and go get that gold medal, you sexy little thing, you. Oh, you at work? Oh, so now when I ask you and you at work, it's different when you ask me and I'm at work. How come it's okay when you do it, but it's a problem when I do it? No. I'm messing with you, Gravy. It's all good, man. For real, for real. He said you don't have us on a speaker. Man, for real. This job gonna be like, man, y'all, what is that? What show is you listening to? Talk about Olympics and cake and all that. Oh yeah. Turn the volume up. Ladies and gentlemen at the job, any single ladies out there that's caked up, please call 1-800-Lunatic now. That's once again 1-800-Lunatic now. Oh my God. He said another Al Bundy moment. Oh man, talking about his success at Polk High. Let's talk about our Polk High touchdowns that we Oh man, the man with pubic hair under his fingernails. Al Bundy, the infamous. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Like I say, Christmas in April. Christmas in April, man. We get to unwrap these gifts. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see what the Raiders get to get better, man. That's all we care about as far as who's gonna fall in our lap. Do we move up for Jaden Daniels? I say this. The only way the Raiders make that move is if Jaden Daniels falls to see, I'm telling you, the thing that New England has me kind of like, I don't think they'll go Jaden Daniels. Right now, they whining and dining. They look the last two guys at New England wined and dine, Michael Penix Jr. and JJ McCarthy. What did I tell y'all? The kind of quarterbacks that look like they suit what New England wants. I've told y'all, JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix are the kind of quarterbacks that New England, they want that statuesque, in the pocket passing talent. That's what they want. That's just what they're used to. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, they don't have the same coaching staff as they had. They got the same owner. The owner knows what he wants. He trumps everybody. If the owner say, I want him, guess what they're going to draft? Him. You feel me? That's just facts of the matter. Robert Kraft knows them championships he's won, and to get back to it again, he wants somebody that's Tom Brady-esque in the pocket, doesn't have to be mobile, but can stay in the pocket and deliver the ball. And I truly believe that if Jaden Daniels is there at 3, they will not take him. They're not going to take him because they know your season can crumble with an injury. And a mobile quarterback, in their eyes, I'm saying that a lot of people, they see it differently. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what's the old thing? If I hold up a bottle and I ask you, what do you see? You see the backside of it, but what I see is different from your view, but yet it's the same bottle. That's exactly how the NFL team, how these teams are looking at the prospects. What you see and what you value ain't the same as mine. It's just like how we talk about it. Some of us like certain players over others. We even have difference of opinion. So I'm knowing for a fact these teams got to have the same differences as well. And some of them may be considered experts. Some may be doing it for the first time. Some may have been doing it for years as far as GMing and scouting talent. But just because you've done it for so many years doesn't mean what you want for that team is the same as what that team wants for their team. So I always had that feeling like, hey, something just inside me is telling me that some people really not frown. I ain't gonna use the term frown on Jaden Daniels. I just think they look at him as not being a legitimate quarterback. You know, if you know what I mean. Like, not a gimmick, but I think they'll look at him like it's just his legs that's making people go ooh and ah, but not actually quarterback talent in the pocket. And like, there's only a couple of guys out there. Like, I know Caleb Williams going number 1 overall, but he even said it in an interview. He does not like running. He can run. He said, if I have to, I do it, but I don't want to. I don't like running. I want to stay in the pocket. That's fine. At least you run when you have to. Then you got people like Michael Penix. We know he can run, but he don't. I don't think he's good at, he's in the pocket so long, and he wants to, not saying so long time-wise, but as far as career-wise, being in the pocket, being that kind of passer, that I don't even think him running the ball isn't even an option. Not when you ran the ball 35 times for 8 yards last year. No, that's not what you and I'm not knocking you. If you can slice and dice fools from the pocket, just make sure you got the stuff around you to allow you to do so. Offensive line and your wide receivers and whoever you throw the ball to. That's sure-handed. You know what I mean? So I see Penix and I see JJ McCarthy, those type of quarterbacks that New England would like. Washington, that's another one to me too, but I think truly that it could be Drake May, bruh. I know, and that's why it's so quiet on the home front for May. We're not hearing anything about May. I think some teams is just because they know all the focus is on these other quarterbacks and they want the focus to be on them, so Drake May can either fall to them or, without them even knowing, just snatch them up. Like, Washington can easily do that at number 2. You know what I mean? I can just see it. I can just see it. Just Drake May type dude at Washington. I think they're more, Washington is more of a Kirk Cousins over RG3, which that's exactly what happened. They drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins in the same draft. So obvious, a mobile quarterback, and it's not the same Washington team. This is not the same. The owner is gone, new front office, all that. But even then, these are people who observed Washington from the outside looking in back when all this occurred. I know they got, if they're in the football, they know the history. And RG3 and Kirk Cousins was drafted in the same draft, and there was only one reason why that happened, is because just in case RG3, see, this is the stigma on dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL. They don't think that they're good enough to be like the best quarterbacks in the pocket type throwers, you know what I mean? And then them being mobile could allow them to get hurt, and then what? When he goes down, then what? You know what I mean? So I think that kind of scares a lot of teams. Jaden right now is not the only one, but as far as the main quarterbacks being spoke about, he's the main one that takes off and runs. And I'm not talking about extending plays, just getting first downs. I'm talking about taking off and running, trying to get to the end zone. I don't see ain't nobody, no other quarterback, top quarterbacks being talked about. Bo Nix, yes, he's mobile, but he's not going to tuck the ball and take it 60 yards to the house. That's just not his game. He'll extend plays. He'll get you first downs. That's it. Then you got Michael Penix, rather stay in the pocket. McCarthy, rather stay in the pocket. Caleb Williams, rather stay in the pocket. He'll scramble. He'll extend plays, but he'll look downfield to make that pass rather than tuck it and run. Even if it's wide open, that's the play he's trying to make with his arms. Jayden Daniels right now is the main guy that can make plays with his legs. You know what I mean? And I think that scares a lot of teams because he's putting himself in the harm's way of possibly getting injured. And we know when he has that slight build at 210 pounds, that's kind of in like, oh, wait a minute. If he goes down, what we got? You know what I mean? Well, we got AOC and Minshew, but I don't think if we did get Jayden Daniels that he was going to start this year anyway. Don't have to. Don't have to. You can groom him. Make sure he's ready. Because the worst thing you could do is put a quarterback out there that's not ready and not being able to make the right decision at the right time can lead to injury as well. You know what I mean? Holding on the ball too long. Not getting out of harm's way. If the pocket breaks down, get out of it rather than being stubborn. Even if the pocket is breaking down, you still stick in there and try to make the throw. But if nobody's open, you're going to get sacked by a 300-pound tackle or maybe a 260, 70-pound defensive end. And you only 210. You know what I mean? That's a lot of stuff these teams probably are analyzing like, wait a minute. What are we doing here? What do we want? Every team would rather have that guy that can just slice you up from the pocket. In a perfect world, that's what you want. That's what football always was. The only reason why you want a mobile guy is why? Why would you want to extend the play? Because obviously in the pocket, if there's no play to be made, what you got left? Throw it away, take the sack. So in a perfect world, you want that good offensive line that keeps you upright and clean at quarterback and make the plays that you need to make downfield. But I'm not sold that all these teams see Jayden Daniels as, oh. And then now just look at the dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL. And in recent time, now we're talking about real recent. This is what other teams are looking at. Justin Fields, dual threat, mobile quarterback, right? How did that pan out for the Bears? And teams see this. Oh, look at they drafted Justin Fields and look nothing out of him, right? Then you look at the 49ers making all that trade stock to move up to grab who? And what happened? Another failure. So teams are watching this shit. They're watching it. You know what I mean? Some people even had the audacity to even knock Lamar Jackson, and that's another guy, but they see him in the playoffs, and then they like, see what I tell you. You don't need a quarterback that can just tuck it 60 yards and take it to a touchdown every now and then. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a Patrick Mahomes that mobile enough to extend the play and still make the play downfield, because we're not fearful of Mahomes running on you. You're fearful of him running around, defense breakdown, one of his targets gets open and he sees it and bam, makes the play. That's what you're fearful of Mahomes. You're not worried about his legs. He's not going to just dust your ass and be in the end zone instantly. He's not like that. But he's mobile. He extends. That's the worst thing you do with Mahomes is give him more time to make the play. So I truly believe a lot of these teams don't look at Jayden Daniels as being, you know what I mean? But Jayden Daniels does fit what some of these other teams want. You know what I mean? Maybe they do want that dynamic of having a quarterback that's mobile and can throw like that. You know what I mean? For their offense, which You know what I mean? I believe that's the number one reason why we won Jaden Daniels is because of AP. Let's keep it a buck. We know that, and that's with any situation. If you know that your quarterback can get the best out of him by going to a certain head coach, that's who you want to. That's who you want to join at the hip. And we know that AP gets his hands on Jaden Daniels. They about to kill some shit. We know they're gonna kill some shit. They're gonna kill some shit. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You get AP with Jaden Daniels, they gonna kill some shit. The question is, if Jaden Daniels gets to number 4, if New England say nope, we're taking JJ McCarthy or we're taking Penix, because everybody say Michael Penix is a first-round talent. It's just the injury history that, you know what I mean, is what they're fearful of. Some teams be like, shit, he ain't been hurt in 2 years. And usually when you tear ACLs and shit like that, it's a 2-year. They say that the window is 2 years that you allow a player to heal up for you to get out of the red, getting out the red zone, but get out of danger zone as far as being susceptible to being hurt again. It's like when we got Zamir White. Zamir White was 4 years removed from being hurting tearing his ACL. So that's when I remember reading that they said that they give it a 2-year window where if you can make it 2 years with no injuries after tearing your ACL, you're in the clear. That's the window that kind of make you nervous. Like if he's within that 2-year window still after coming off an ACL, he's not out yet. He's not out. He's not in the clear yet. So like I said, Zamir was 4 years out because he got hurt before he even played one snap at Georgia. Coming out of high school was the last time he tore his ACL, and that was it. He tore it twice, but 4 years, you know what I mean? In college, nothing. With us, nothing. So once you clear that 2-year window, a lot of people can exhale and be like, okay, we're out of that danger zone. Michael Penix is 2 years out of his injury, bruh. He's out of that danger zone. Now, if we don't go Jaden Daniels, some people argue about, do we use 13 on Michael Penix? I don't think Michael Penix makes it to 13. To be honest with you, you got quarterback whore hungry teams like I say quarterback whore hungry teams like Denver, the Vikings, the Giants. Yeah, they're looking for a quarterback whore. You know what I mean? They're whoring out that ass for a quarterback. You know what I mean? So will he make it to 13? It's gonna be hard to say that it happens. You feel me? He said AP getting his hands on him is crazy. Ain't no Diddy shit. Ain't no Diddy shit going on right here, Lawrence. I don't know what you insinuating, brother. But we ain't talking about peanut butter and chocolate. What you mean by peanut butter and chocolate, Lunatic? Well, let me explain. There was a commercial that the Reese's Pieces did, and it was like they bumped into one person had a jar of peanut butter, and the other guy had a chocolate bar. And the next thing you know, his chocolate went into their peanut butter. You understand where I'm getting with this? You know what I mean? Hey, you got your peanut butter on my chocolate. No. You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. Do not be putting your chocolate in nobody's peanut butter. You hear me? This is just, hey, I'm all y'all out there, do not get your chocolate in nobody's your chocolate do not belong in nobody's peanut butter. Y'all stop that shit. No Diddy. But yeah, man, hey, salute to y'all, man. What time is it, man? Yep, it's 8. I had a blast with y'all like I always do. Shout out to those that's out there watching. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like, man. I really appreciate it. See y'all tomorrow morning, man. We're going to be here same Raider time, same Raider channel. Next prospect coming up. I told y'all, USC's quarterback, Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's boy. I like dude. Nice size. In these mid rounds, he'll fall there. We do need to add more to the receiving room because what do we got? Outside of Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Trey Tucker, what do we have? You feel me? So it would be nice to go get a young prospect. 6'3", 205 pounds. Brendan Rice, that's man, I rock with dude for real. Watching him back with Caleb Williams at USC, they did the damn thing. Nice target, everything. So put him under Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams' wing and let them help develop him the same way Wilkins and Max Crosby is doing with Tyree Wilson. You might get the same outcome, bruh. A stud, not a stud, but a dog. That's an old dog. I sound like an old ass dog, huh? Yeah, lunatic old dog ass. But shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, Franklin from Oregon too. Hey, that's another one. You know, hey, I be trying not to be biased, bro. I'm a Duck fan. You know what I mean? But I don't let that come into my ideas and opinions of this shit. I look at talent. You know what I mean? I don't care about the name on the jersey, and I gotta ignore the school. There's schools I pay attention to, but I ignore it because it's all about talent. Here's another thing that you got to think about in the draft. This is something just case I said this in a short that I made a while ago, but hear what I said. In this year's draft, pay attention to players, and it might not be during the draft because don't forget, y'all, another place that we do good at undrafted free agents, UDFAs. UDFAs is our gold mine, bruh, because we found them. We find them. You know what I mean? So with that being said, keep your eyes and ears open to Auburn, Arizona State, and Ohio State. Well, why is that, Lunatic? I'll tell you why. I'm glad you asked. For one, just this past season, Marvin Lewis was with Arizona State. Right? Not just that. Cadillac Williams, our running back coach, new running back coach, was with Auburn, was interim head coach, all that good shit. And then Joe Philbin, another guy that we got on the staff to help AP, was with Ohio State as like an advisor. So I know when it comes to recruiting, talent, they either know the guys that's coming. Well, not either, but they're knowing the guys that's coming out of those schools that they were with last year, as well as even talent they try to recruit some years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. They try to recruit guys that come to their school, but they end up going elsewhere. But they always had eyes on them because of the film study, the breakdown of those individuals. They got a lot of knowledge with college players in this draft. See, a lot of people overlook that. So remember, Joe Philbin, Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Cadillac Williams, Auburn. Marvin Lewis, Arizona State. Those three schools, keep your eyes on. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some talent coming out of those schools that might not been drafted. Undrafted free agents is the key. Now, there might be a couple that we might draft, period, out of those schools. So, hey, keep your eyes on it. It all depends on how this draft falls to us. We know that. But at the end of the draft, guess what? Guess who's going to want to play for AP that's undrafted? See, these undrafted free agents are now in a situation where they get to choose who they go to. And I'm pretty sure AP, Cadillac Williams, Marvin Lewis, and Joe Philbin got individuals coming from their schools that be like, hey, I'm going to the Raiders. I'm familiar with Joe Philbin, or I'm familiar with Cadillac Williams. I'm familiar with AP and Marvin Lewis. There's guys in the building that has the ears and eyes of some of this young talent coming out of college. So keep your eyes open for those three schools that might play a major role. Will it? I don't know, but I'm just trying to connect the dots and show you that there is others that's within the organization that has connections with some of these schools that's going to have talent coming into the draft. Salute to Clark Arroyo, man. Salute to you, my brother. Tops. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed Tuesday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones, man. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. You know what it is. Raiders Sunrise Live with your brother in the silver and black, Lunatic Raider. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Once again, if you have not done so, please subscribe, hit that like, share, leave a comment, do all that good shit. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, man. Hey, 7 a.m. We rocking and rolling. I'm Lunatic Raider, and I'm out this bitch.